Self-expression time, because that's what this is. It's just self-expression. We're just here to express. That's it. That's the whole point of any of it, is to just be. And I want to express gratitude, appreciation. I am so grateful for the person that I called my ex. She's taught me so much, not only over the course of our romantic relationship, but especially after the end of it. So much about ego. And I mean my ego. I mean, it's all ego. It's all the same ego. In essence, there is collective ego that sort of filters through each of the individual outlets of it. But ego in general, and therefore my experience of it. Anything that we resist, that we push against in another, is something within us that we have rejected, that we have denied its existence, denied its expression, tried to tell it shouldn't be there, tried to pretend it's not there. And that in itself is a mechanism of ego to try to look away from itself, to try to pretend parts of itself aren't there. That's how it sort of keeps up the illusion. It doesn't like to look at itself. But this is why others, the other, our perception of the other, is among our greatest teachers and the most helpful tool to revealing ego to itself within ourselves. The things that I have pushed against in her, which in essence is just me, right? It's just another me. It's literally the same self. These things that I have pushed against in her, namely anger, stress, feelings of hurt, feelings of victimhood, all of those kinds of things. Those are just parts of my ego that exist in me that I had been denying, that I had been trying to look away from, unwilling to or unable to acknowledge. And by my experience of the resistance to those things in her, I am able to see, to have revealed to me that it is in fact these things within myself that I am resisting. And now I have the chance to honor them, to allow them, to admit to them. It's only ego that is ashamed to admit to the parts of itself. The truth is, none of it is personal. It's not any more her than it is me. Those things, that anger, that hurt, that pain, that panic, it's not her. It's just ego. It's not personal. It is not her identity. It doesn't mean anything. And so it's not actually a threat. And by witnessing, observing, and understanding that, by disconnecting her identity, by disconnecting my definition of who she is from these other things that I know are just ego and are allowed, are not wrong, I can see and do the same for and within myself. I can witness stress, anxiety, uncomfortable emotion, and recognize that is just ego in me. It's not me. It's not who I am. It is in me. It does exist. It does. I feel it. It's right there. But it's not me. And it's not a threat to my being. It's not a threat to the truth of who and what I am. It doesn't diminish me. It doesn't affect me. It cannot touch my goodness, my stability, my well-being. And it cannot touch hers because, again, we are the same self. What a gift it is to realize that. To realize through the triggering of ego in oneself, to have the illusion revealed, to see the theatrical production taking place within me and my own experience of ego, my own role in it. Because now I have the opportunity to disengage from it. And disengage doesn't mean resist. It doesn't mean pushing against. It means allowing. It means accepting. It means honoring that those things are there. That they are within me. They are things that I feel and have felt. But again, they're not personal. And they are no threat. They exist, but they mean nothing. It's just sensation. It is just an imagined thought form, a made-up thing, a made-up entity that's trying to continue being made up. It's trying to continue the drama. And that is the part that wants the drama. That's there. There's the part within me that wants drama. And now that I'm aware of it, now that I see it and look at it and say, it's okay, I see what you're doing, but I am not drama. You're allowed to want the drama, and that doesn't threaten my peace. I am peace. I am a peace that is so steadfast and big and sure and stable that even drama is allowed and doesn't disturb my peace. The drama within me is allowed and is witnessed. It's just like watching a play. But the play is not my life. It is not any indicator and has no effect upon myself, truly, upon who I am, upon the continued pleasure of my existence and experience. So let it be there. Let it be. It's allowed. It's drama for drama's sake. I'll let it entertain me rather than entertaining it, rather than being sucked into it and following it along. I'll let it entertain me. Look at this drama. Look at this masterpiece that ego has created. Look how it plays all of the roles. It creates its own enemies, creates its own opposition, its own tension. It creates the drama. Very impressive. I can sit and watch this and be amused and not affected. And I can do that for others, and I can do that for myself. In other words, the experience of stress, whether it is in myself or another self, still me, but another self, that experience isn't a threat. It doesn't mean anything. It's simply a sensation. It's simply what is occurring in the present moment. And it doesn't change, it doesn't affect, it doesn't mean anything about who I really am. Or how I really am. Which is the big one. My being is well. My being is stable. It is secure. It's assured. It's perpetual. It is perpetually evolving, continuously growing, expanding, increasing, becoming more, becoming improved, becoming really more stable, more well. And in fact, all of the drama that ever could be dreamed of only ever adds to this. Because all of the anxiety just increases my capacity for and appreciation for the experience of peace. All of the stress increases my calm. All of the sadness increases my joy. All of the pain that could ever happen only ever is the flip side of pleasure. And it just makes that bigger. So no matter what, I win. No matter what, I'm good. I'm well. I am secure. Myself is secure. Myself is assured. And it is very, very satisfied. So I'm grateful immensely for everything that is exactly as it is in this moment. All of the stress included, all of the joy included, all of the pain, and all of the pleasure. And it's only getting bigger. So thank you, all, myself, for being exactly as I am. Exactly as we are. For truly, we are utterly magnificent. Chef's kiss.